This is Star Wars Outlaws, a game Ubisoft and Lucasfilm Games are calling the first open-world Star Wars game ever. The CGI trailer for this game looks to be promising a lot, so welcome to another episode of 50 Insane Details, the series where I find Easter eggs, details, and state the obvious about Star Wars games. Today, I'm breaking down the trailer for Star Wars Outlaws, and if you notice any details I missed, please let me know in the comments. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. It's looking like space combat is going to be a thing in this game. We see TIE fighters, X-Wings, Y-Wings, GR-75 medium transports, an Alderaan cruiser which crashes into an Imperial-class Star Destroyer, and all of this would imply the game is set between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Watch as the Alderaan cruiser gets absolutely decimated by this Star Destroyer. Isn't this what ships have shields for? It seems like the game is going to have space combat. There's a giant fleet battle at the end of the trailer as well, and you would think that they wouldn't put all of this in the trailer if there wasn't going to be space combat. These guys look familiar. They are from the Pike Syndicate. You might remember from the Book of Boba Fett. They also appeared in Star Wars The Bad Batch. They're the guys responsible for running spice through different locations. The guys that Boba Fett absolutely wrecks in the Book of Boba Fett. What a scene that was. Also, this is Han Solo frozen in carbonite. I didn't think we'd be seeing actual big Star Wars characters like this in this game. I thought it was going to be a completely separate IP title, not tied into the events of the other Star Wars stuff. But I guess you will be playing as a smuggler, so Han Solo is here. Jabba the Hutt is also here, unless this is another Hutt, or just some giant big slimy slug. He's also with his Gamorrean guards. Also, does this mean that Tatooine is going to be a playable planet? Because if it is, it will once again follow the Star Wars theme that Tatooine is the most used planet in the entire galaxy. Spending a lot of time in almost every film on the giant rock that is just a desert.
I don't like sand.
This is a Celestin about to get killed with some kind of sword. I really hope this is not Nine Nub. We know Nine Nub dies at another point in the timeline, which was the saddest moment and totally unnecessary. Thank you so much, Disney, for killing the most loved character in Star Wars. Why?
I loved you!
This poor Celestin looks like he's meeting his fate. This is a cantina. There are lots of different species in here, including Rhodians, Twi'leks, a bunch more. Looks like a bustling place, and hopefully somewhere you can go in the game that's also this packed in the game. Even though I like the cantina in Jedi Survivor, sometimes it feels a little bit empty, like there needs to be a bit more life in there. There's a bunch of people you can talk to, but this one looks like it's packed. Popular place. The main character you'll be playing as in the game is called Kay Vess. She's been described as an emerging scoundrel seeking freedom and the means to start a new life. So clearly she's had some backstory. Even from this trailer, she seems to have a bit of depth to her. I don't know, I kind of like her already. We'll see how that progresses. Hopefully it's not too corny. I wasn't cringing at any point during this trailer, so that's a good thing. She's also playing Sabacc, classic thing for scoundrels to do. Han Solo played Sabacc. Lando Calrissian, of course, also played. This is the same game that Lando lost the Millennium Falcon to Han Solo in the Solo movie. But it also implies that gambling could potentially be a mechanic in the game. Perhaps this will be a mini game. Perhaps the game will actually let you play Sabacc. Games within games sometimes can be the best. It's like Gwent from The Witcher 3. Let's get Sabacc going. Let's get a whole Sabacc game mode going. That'd be amazing.
I don't know, I'm feeling lucky.
In Star Wars Outlaws, you will have a pet companion who goes by the name of Nix. And as far as I can tell, Nix is a new species. Haven't seen this one before. Looks kind of like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. You guys agree? Also reminds me of the Lost Cat though. So these bounty hunters enter the cantina and are looking for Kay Vess. They ask the Twi'lek where she is, and this could possibly be a gameplay mechanic. Perhaps there's kind of a notoriety system, and perhaps you can get a wanted level in the game, or people will come looking for you if you start making noise or hang around in an area for much too long. Your pet companion Nix seems to also be able to attack enemies. More useful than BD1. After a bit of a kerfuffle, this Gamorrean guard starts a bar fight, which could also potentially be a gameplay mechanic. Perhaps you can use it as a distraction. This Rhodian here really holds his ground and punches the Gamorrean in the face. That's one brave Rhodian. You can throw bombs or grenades. It looks like Vess throws a thermal detonator. It also appears that there is a parkour vaulting system where you can move around the environment, jump over things, kind of Assassin's Creed, but probably not on that level of climbing buildings, etc. As the game is open world, perhaps you'll be able to ride vehicles around the map, like in GTA. Perhaps you can hijack cars and speeder bikes and be like, no, that's mine now, and then take off. There are also some people here chilling on the side of the road reacting to the chase. Cool to see NPCs actually reacting. In this wide shot, we can see that our character is escaping from what looks like a small town with a cantina located inside the town. There's also what appears to be a ship or ship engines on top of the building. So I don't know if you can fly that ship or if that's just permanently there or if it just is there as a decoration. Could be the case. Maybe they like putting ship engines on top of cantinas in this universe, in this galaxy, in this planet. There was also some Aurebesh on the cantina Argentina here, which I've translated for you, and it says ATNUAJ at Nuage, Jantois, complete gibberish. As KVS rides off, we get this wider shot and we can see another town in the distance, and this much greener, lush landscape. Perhaps you can travel between different towns on the open world. No indication of how big each open world will be, seeing as though the game is likely going to have multiple planets, but the fact you're riding there on a speeder bike gives me hope that they're going to be quite large. You can also run amongst the crowd and seemingly blend in, which is a mechanic from the Assassin's Creed games. Hopefully that will be a gameplay feature. KVS then makes her way to another town which looks more like a city. I'm wondering if this is on another planet entirely or if it's in the same location. There's also an Ithorian here on the left as an NPC, just chilling. So Ithorians are in the game, among with many other Star Wars species. KVS is then making her way through a cave. You can see her blaster is also in her hand. This could be another location, or perhaps there'll be small explorable areas like this where you can find Easter eggs, secrets, who knows? Random things in caves. Cosmetics, maybe it's like Jedi Survivor. This is the ship it looks like you'll be flying in Star Wars Outlaws. If I'd have to guess, I'd say it's of a Corellian model, as it bears some resemblance with Millennium Falcon and other Corellian ships. And you're a smuggler. Don't they all fly Corellian ships? Isn't that a thing?
When have I ever steered you wrong?
KVS also wields a new blaster. I've never seen this blaster before. It's a chunky looking thing, but I think it's also somewhat reminiscent of the DL-44 in certain ways. It has that vibe, smuggler weapon. This is a new character. His name is Jalen, which could potentially be a false name, and you might recognize his appearance because he seems to be inspired by Kyle Katarn. He wears similar colors, similar face, similar hair. Maybe it is Kyle Katarn. There's also a BX Commando droid with Jalen, and the BX Commando droid is wearing a coat because clearly he's a little cold. There you go. Maybe he just wears it to look cool. He does look stylish. Man, look at him. This appears to be a stealth section, and you'll notice you're actually with the BX Commando droid. So I'm assuming he comes with you on missions. Maybe there's some tag team gameplay, and it's possible this could be an Imperial facility. You can see it's guarded by stormtroopers, and it looks like they're breaking in here to find data or locate something. KVS then also opens this door. Perhaps there are parts of the game that you'll need to solve a little puzzle to unlock a door. Perhaps she can just open doors by punching in a code or whatever. But also, it's possible there'll be secrets and things to discover behind doors like this. Who knows what could be inside? The possibilities are endless. Perhaps she has opened the vault of Darth Jar Jar. This is a Rancor. Rancors seem to be the most trending thing right now. They're in Star Wars The Bad Batch. They're in, of course, Return of the Jedi first appearance. They're in Boba Fett. They're in Jedi Survivor. And they're also in this game. Can't leave the Rancors alone. You're always got to go to a cave and find a Rancor. Oh, Cal. Poor big guys. Most misunderstood creature in all of Star Wars. You can jump to light speed. Traveling to different planets has been confirmed. There's multiple planets in the trailer, and you can jump to light speed to get between them. So coming out of light speed, we come to another planet and a town which at first I thought looked like Cantonica from The Last Jedi. You know, the section everyone doesn't like.
Okay.
You can also explore this planet in LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga. But if you look at Cantonica from space, it's actually orange, whereas this planet is blue. So perhaps it's a new location, perhaps it's somewhere else altogether. I'm not sure. It looks like Cantonica. I don't think it is, though. Cantonica is the casino planet. You guys remember that? This guy here also appears to be another new character. He seems rich, he's wearing a fur coat, and he looks like he's going to be one of the villains of the game. So this pike here appears to be holding some kind of crystal. I'm not sure if it's a kyber crystal. It's also got something around it, but it appears to be clear or white in color. Perhaps it's a white kyber crystal, I'm not sure. Pretty cool. KVS is using binoculars in this next shot, which could also be a gameplay mechanic. Perhaps you can see things in the distance, perhaps you can tag enemies' locations, kind of like Far Cry, do recon, that kind of thing. This also appears to be a new planet, and I'm going to call it the Giant Mushroom Planet because this structure up here looks like a giant mushroom.
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die!
We can also see Imperial ships flying overhead, including an Imperial shuttle. And in this fleet battle at the end of the trailer, the BX Commando droid is actually with us in the cockpit. And you can see the BX has actually got his vibroblade on his arm. It looks like he's going to accompany you on certain missions and be a major part of the game. He's also in the poster at the end of the trailer. So are there any details you noticed in the trailer that I missed? And what do you think of this new game? Do you think it looks good? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you're not already, please subscribe. I'm going to be making a lot more Star Wars content about Star Wars Outlaws, other Star Wars games, do a lot of Star Wars, a lot of stuff on the channel. Come check it out. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.